Spiteri this season. When they've matched up, he's been one of the players that have beaten Ring Swiss, beaten him in a knockout game. Both of these two players have been to a semi-final before at the final LQE of the season in Bucharest. Fifilza losing to Footweeds Tom. ChristianSpiteri losing to New York City Chris. They match up a round earlier against each other in the quarterfinals here at the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it was great what you said there. It was only in May, that LQE, the last LQE of the year, the last tournament for some players coming into these playoffs. And they were lucky to avoid each other on the bracket. They both got knocked out in the semi-final stages. And we are underway for this one. 2 legs of FIFA in front of us, a chance to double the prize money you've already earned in the competition. And as we've been saying, a chance for ChristianSpiteri to get into that top 16 if he can go the full way today.
Interesting to point out as well, the 2 players who are pushing for the top 16 in Spiteri and Lost in the Waves, 2 of the only players in Berlin that haven't come with a coach or a friend with them. They're doing it solo. As Jason Derulo would say, I'm riding solo, and I'm going riding into the O2 Arena.
The stage is set. And we're just waiting for 2 more of those names to be confirmed. London awaits for 32 players. We already know so many of those names. Hopefully today can provide those extra few storylines of what could be an incredible championship Sunday. It is Wolves Fifilza in that Wolverhampton strip from right to left. What a season they've had. Both of their players are in London at the FIFA World Cup finals. Abinio, wow, what a weekend it was for him last weekend in Hamburg. He had to wait hours and hours and hours until we got that confirmation later in the day on Championship Sunday that he was going to be into that grand final.
Crazy turn of events there, and this is the sort of play that we saw from Fifilza yesterday in that match against Yago. Such nice attacking, creative play in the final third.
Here he comes again. Can he get the opening goal in this game? It's Hullet back to R9. What a save via the left leg, the left boot of David De Gea. And this is one thing that Spiteri is renowned for. Doesn't panic at the back, keeps the ball very composed.
Keeps it ticking over. Does ChristianSpiteri. You'll very rarely see him knock it long from his defence, play it frantically out of the back, very composed. When he plays out from the back and works it through the pitch. Defence into midfield, then into attack. Systematic approach from ChristianSpiteri.
Here he comes with his first attack of the game. It's blocked by Maldini. Recycled as far as the edge of the box. Mbappe tried to just pivot on that one. Turn away from his man. And what a tournament it has been for Fifilza. 6-2 win in the round of 32 yesterday against Jazz. And then an 8-2 matchup win. I have no idea what I saw there. For a round of 16 game yesterday, Richard, the most convincing performance I'd go out and say we've seen all weekend.
I'd even go further than that. I'd say in the last 3-4 months, the most convincing performance in a knockout game.
Here's Spiteri now. His first chance to sting the hands of Van der Sar. Will go out for a corner, timed it green, but went straight down the middle, unfortunately. Corner played short. Varane will be involved. Ronaldo to Van Dijk. You're going to be seeing a shot coming in from Van Dijk on the edge of the box. Does get dispossessed in the end, and still 0-0, 30 minutes played.
And I'm not one to follow sort of trends, but every time we've called someone out for being player of the day, they've lost the day after. Diogo Peixoto, Kurt last weekend, Sporting Diogo, they all got player of the day. They all got knocked out. Who were player of the day yesterday? ChristianSpiteri.
I love the way you just mumble that, just so we can't hear from the main stage area. I'm sure with those Turtle Beach headphones on, though, he won't be hearing a thing other than the game sound. Both players have had a great chance in this matchup already. Here's another chance for him. Mbappe to Neymar was the idea in place, but the pass was slightly off. And it will be recycled again. Fifilza, though, yesterday, he made up so many of those Adidas plays of the day. Some of those goals he was scoring, Richard, so good. The use of the skill moves, the chains, the ability to chain them together, the combinations. It was really that Brazilian flair that he seems to bring.
He has ludicrous amounts of ability in the final third, does Fifilza. And when speaking to ChristianSpiteri, one of the things that he'll often say is, if somebody is ability-wise a better player than me, I'll beat them tactically. I'll have more tactical nous than they do.
It was only in Bucharest a few months ago that ChristianSpiteri actually had a notebook with him. Here's a chance. Crossed into the box. Just chipped away there by the right boot of Maldini. You know, we'd often talk about Enzo, the coach, for see both Tex and Dami having that prestige notebook that he's known for. Spiteri had one. It's like a coach and player in one. He took a few notes down. I don't think he's brought it with him to Berlin. He hasn't needed it. He hasn't lost the game yet. Added time of 2 minutes. There we go. What a time to score for Fifilza.
Just on the stroke of half-time, got it out wide. Almost a Hail Mary-esque play there from Fifilza. Chip it up, stick it in the mixer, and let Ronaldo gamble. And he's always going to win it at the back post.
In added time, in the first leg of the first half, nearly was 0-0 heading into that game. It hasn't been an easy 45 minutes.
Goal for the visitors.
For both of these two struggling to really create a proper chance. They both had one or two time green finishes. It was both two incredible saves. The one from David Gea in Spiteri's goal, one from Edwin van der Sar down the other end. And it was that little bit of class at the end. We know how good Ronaldo is in the air. If you get that ball into the box, he's always going to be causing problems. And it's time, obviously, for Coach Thomas, the coaching use for Fifilza, just to maybe pass on a few words of wisdom.
Yeah, he'll be watching the game, a former player himself. A former champion in his own right as well. Looking at the stats at half-time, possession slightly in the favour of Spiteri, 52%. Passing accuracy, dead even, 92%. Literally one Ronaldo-headed goal, the only thing to separate these two at half-time.
You must be thinking of Spiteri right now. You can see in the corner of his eye these chats going on. You must be thinking, I want to hear what's being said there. I want to know what's being said. And obviously it's being whispered, but you must be thinking in the back of your mind, what's being said? What are they trying to change? You can see the changes are actually being made by Spiteri. You can't see it on your screen, but game plans are being edited.
And I've just spotted Fifilza. He's looked at the changes that Spiteri has been making. He's gone into a 4-1-2-1-2. Now has Christian. And he just brought off Hullet and Vieira.
I believe he's actually changed them for Havertz and Kante.
That is
wow,
extremely controversial. Not only bringing off Vieira, but Ruud Hullet not on the pitch for maybe the first time in FIFA 19.
He backs himself though, Spiteri. You can just see the formation change as well. 4-1-2-1-2, you can see he's going to have two strikers now. And it will be Kante just sitting in front of that back four in that only CDM role. That surprised me massively there. If you're going to take off Vieira, you're normally going to keep on Hullet.
Wow. See if the tactical changes. We were talking about it, almost a Jose Mourinho-esque sort of player.
If he needs to be ruthless, Spiteri, he will be with the changes he has to make. If he goes 2-0 down though early on, this is not going to be good for him. We know how good Fifilza is in the box and in those really tight areas where he has to use a skill move or he has to make up his mind quite early. It was something that he was really well known for yesterday in that 8-2 onslaught against Iago. It was so good.
I think he just simply wanted more pace in the midfield. So it looks like Eusebio's playing as a right centre mid right now. And Neymar looks like he's playing a left centre mid.
And it is Havertz in that cam role. Spiteri. He's that man Neymar. You just spoke about him in that left centre midfield role towards the back post. Ramos was chasing it. He put on a little bit of pressure for Neymar. He's offside anyway. Back for a free kick for the Brazilian.
Honestly, enthralling stuff right now from Spiteri.
That's what you want for your first match of the day. Something to talk about. He heard the chats that were being... We didn't hear him, sorry. He saw the chats that were going on in that half-time interval. And clearly he thought to himself, one, I'm not happy with how I'm playing. Two, I need to make a change. He backs himself. He doesn't have a coach with him. He doesn't have a second opinion on anything. It's his opinion, and that's final.
I think it was just simply needed more, an injection of pace in that midfield. If you look at Tim Kante, Mohamed Eusebio and Neymar, all ridiculously quick off the mark. I'll tell you what, he's played out of the back there superbly well.
He was only in day one. He conceded from a goal kick by dinking it to his centre-back. Ronaldo won it in the air. Luckily for him, was very composed there. Was able to link up and just get the ball out of danger. Havertz now. Can we see that flair aspect? Spiteri's game. Havertz once again interchanging really well in such a tight area. Back to goal. You saw the idea from Cristiano Ronaldo.
I'll tell you what, if they just scored right there, that's top 5 players of the day, Adidas. Because that is such a nice move. He's played from his goalkeeper all the way pretty much into the 6-yard box where he has been tackled.
Fifilza again. Maybe look for that cross, looking for the finesse inside. Hullet will pick it up, fake shot, Neymar. Ran into danger. And the 4-1-2-1-2 just about holding up still for Spiteri. The dream story. Still on for him if he can pull a goal back. He's in 20th at the moment on the Global Series rankings. Looking to make an impact, looking to create a chance here. Mbappe, it went for the hill to hill. Is it going to fall back to Cristiano Ronaldo? No, it's not. Just hooked away by Vieira.
And you can see that was number 4, Sergio Ramos, making that overlapping run from left back. Clearly, fullbacks getting on always overlapping with the attacking runs there. Centre mids high up the pitch as well. Spiteri knows that this first leg, if he can get a goal back, go into that second game at 1 apiece. It's a 90-minute match to keep your season alive.
If he does win this game, there won't be too much movement for him. He'll just jump up one more spot and overtake Dulster. See the MLS champion there. He's not going to be involved in that FIFA World Cup Grand Final. Spiteri.
How deep Fifilza is right there as well. Good defending there from the Wolves man.
I think what was so good with the defending there, we had one centre-back pushing the ball and one centre-back just dropping off. Adding that extra option. And where his 2 CDMs are so deep as well, they'll get involved in that back four. Especially Vieira.
Offside trap again in use. I've seen it a few times from Spiteri.
He's made him think though, for Fifilza. He's made him make that mistake. He does play a very high line, Spiteri. It was something that we did question him on both day 1 and day 2 of the competition. He's in day 3 for a reason. It's clearly working. Back to goal. Cristiano Ronaldo on the rebound. Oh, no, not enough power in that shot from Mbappe.
Big chance for killing Mbappe there. It's come out to him. He's hit it first time. He's a little bit of a P-roller with the left boot.
And an easy foul for Fifilza to win. La Croqueta straight into the defender and a free kick from distance and a chance to have another pause and another breather for both of these two. As we said, 4-2-2 for Fifilza, 4-1-2-1-2 for Spiteri at the moment. Obviously, that could change again. It looks like it potentially will change.
If memory serves correctly, if I'm thinking back to the first 3 rounds of Swiss when he was playing, Spiteri, that first leg, he was going down. He was losing by a goal and always turning it around. He's unbeaten in Berlin. Christian Spiteri over 2-legged series.
And there was a fact about Spiteri and Dayon, wasn't it? That he just didn't start the first legs well. He wasn't winning his first-legged games, and when it came to the second half of those matchups, he was able to turn it round and get those 4 wins on the board. Go 4-0, come through to the knockout stages, which, as I said, He beat Maestro in the last round to be here. It was actually a matchup back in Bucharest that he did lose at the quarter-final stages to Maestro. So, if anything, a little bit of revenge for him.
He's changing yet again. We can see both players' perspectives just beneath us right now. Very, very aggressive changes again made from ChristianSpiteri. Fifilza's been waiting to get this game back underway for about 70 seconds there.
Just under 5 minutes left. Messi will come on for Spiteri. It'll be his last change that he can make. It's not a great free kick for him. Possession given away. Spiteri will know this as well. Last attack of the game for the Maltese FIFA player. Dumfries. Into Kante. He has been the only CDM. He was brought on for that double change earlier on. Vieira and Huller off the field. The goal now would really tighten up this game, heading into the second legs.
Good defending again. Not too aggressive in the defensive aspect from Fifilza. Just let Spiteri do the skill moves, and when that ball opened it up for a split second, very quickly, just to get in there, intercept. They'll get one more chance potentially, Spiteri.
If anything, just don't concede again. There was a half-hearted chance from Fifilza there, or I was going to say, well, the referee let us play on. One more chance. No. Full-time in game number one, leg number one. And it is 1-0 to Fifilza. I think some of the things that I picked up on there from Spiteri, he gets into that attacking area, he gets into the box, and then it's like he doesn't know what he wants to do when he gets there. The skill move is often too late. There's no real flow in it. There's no real free flow compared to what Fifilza can do. I
don't think it's that as such. I'd say it's more along the lines of just he defended very well for Fifilza. I think both players defended very, very well in that opening leg. We've seen Fifilza blow people away. We've seen Spiteri, what were it, 10-2, 11-3, one of the games that he won in the knockout stages. So both of these two players, attacking-wise, are unbelievable. It was defensively, the game were going to be won. Fifilza edges that first leg by this goal here in the highlights package that you're going to see on the screen coming up. But you're looking and you're thinking, the only thing to separate the two sides is a scoop cross into the back post. That's it, in all honesty.
There really wasn't too much to cheer about, was there? In the first half, there was one or two chances. It was time green, but the shot was not really good enough. I think the shot that came from Spiteri was literally just straight down the keeper's throat at the centre of the goal. And this was the last chance at the end there. Another day, if that one's just hit a little bit more sweeter, Mbappe could have had the equaliser. You saw the reaction there from Spiteri. He knew that was a huge chance. And someone that's a little bit nervous today, I'm sure he doesn't need us to say that, he will be hoping that Fifilza can do enough. The players that are already in the final can do enough, so those extra two spots can go. It's obviously Stranger and Marco.
Yeah, if Fifilza win this game, Stranger is through. So he's probably wearing a Wolves shirt underneath that jacket he's wearing right now. He's wanting to go through to the E-World Cup Grand Finals. Big game. Big second leg about to be coming up, Brandon. We don't really do predictions.
Well, I don't, because I just...
But I'm going to put you on the spot.
Can you have a prediction? I know you love a brave prediction.
I think Spiteri might turn this around, you know.
Okay.
I think he might turn this around.
Can I go... I know we spoke about this before we actually went live, about predictions for the day. Overall winner?
Nicholas.
For someone to clip at home? Nicholas, you think, will win the competition today? $75,000. He'll stay, obviously, at #1 seed. That's a very interesting prediction indeed. And the second leg will be coming up very shortly indeed.
And the FIFA 19 Global Series PS4 playoffs are brought to you in part by Turtle Beach. Be sure to follow at Turtle Beach on Twitter and stay tuned for a unique hashtag, which if you tweet, you might be able to win an Elite Pro 2 headset.
Yeah, you can indeed. All the pros are wearing. They've been wearing them over the last 3 days and last weekend in Hamburg. I'm sure someone will be very lucky today and get their hands on a pair of those Elite Pro 2s. Back into this one, into that second leg. The score is currently 1-0 to Fifilza. There really wasn't too much to cheer about in that first game. And for me, I really enjoyed that first leg. It was quite... We often talk about FIFA games being a chess match at times. That really was one.
That was a perfect example of a tactical matchup right there. You had Fifilza always dangerous on the counter-attacks. But as soon as Spiteri went into that 4-1-2-1-2, started pressing high up the pitch, full-backs bombing on, centre mid squeezing Fifilza back, he didn't really have that much going forward for Fifilza. I feel like when you put the pressure on him and you really play a lot of players high up the pitch, it doesn't give him the room, it doesn't give him the space to be able to play it in and around you. Tiki-taka passing.
Fifilza will get us going. The first attack of the game. Does win a throw-in on this far-hand side now. It was Neymar that tried to lock on to that. As you said, the only goal coming from that header from Cristiano Ronaldo. A scoop-up cross towards the back post. Both players did have chances. Spiteri will think back to that Mbappe chance he had. And that was a silly mistake there again. Neymar out on the left-hand side. Just offside. We haven't forgotten as well, it was a double change right at the start of the second half last game. Vieira and Hullet being subbed off. As you can imagine, they are both starting.
If I'm trying to look for weaknesses in Fifilza's team, I'm looking at Alexandro, who's playing conventional fullbacks. I'd be saying just stick it on him every time you get it. Play into that back post. It might be ugly. It might not be a nice creative goal that's going to get you an Adidas top 5 player of the day, but it's going to help you progress through the tournament.
And when someone wins a tournament, they just look at that, don't they? They look at the fact you are a champion, you are a winner. They're not going to go back and look at every single goal you've scored. If you need to do something when you get the opportunity, you have to take it, especially when you're 1-0 down in a game like this. Don't often see pro players back a left or a right back. We see so many centre-backs just fill in to those roles. You can see the perfect example of that with ChristianSpiteri in that Liverpool strip. So kicking from right to left. He's gone Ramos at left back. He believes and backs, is able to do a job there. This could be 2-0. Just did not move his body well enough. Did Dumfries there. The pivot just wasn't really quick enough. He was too slow. That's an unbelievable chance for Mbappe. I think the shot was quite poor, but the goalkeeper movement made him make a decision early on.
Yeah, Dumfries with a turning circle of a lorry right there. Just didn't move his body at all into the right position.
And that could have been 2-0 to Fifilza early on. And when Fifilza starts getting goals, it's the one player you honestly do not want to be facing up against. Fifilza wins this. We will have another FIFA E-World Cup Grand Finalist in writing in the stranger from FC Basel. Can Spiteri reply again?
Again, you can see a shake of the head from Spiteri. He knows that chance was a decent chance to score a goal right there. Low driven, hit it into the near post. The shot timed white, so the timed aspect not enabled, you'd say, on the strike goalwards.
We'll get chances, not many of them against Fifilza for Spiteri. Has to do better. Defensively, we've said already how good these players are. I think one of the key highlights we point out about Spiteri, he loves playing a high line. He's not afraid to do things like an offside trap or keep it round the back, which can be risky if not done well. You have to applaud him for his bravery.
You can see he's not pressing that much in this area for Fifilza. He's letting Spiteri have the ball. He's probably 2-3 yards off him, but he's running back with everybody. He did it first with R9, then he did it with Cristiano Ronaldo. He's bringing the players back, tracking them back, and you see that very, very high line from Christian.
Alexandro, he is onside. Cristiano Ronaldo into the drag back. Will he look for that finesse? Croqueta inside. Van Dijk got something on it. And that little touch was enough to keep the ball out of danger.
But you just see here, there's no emergency pressing onto him. He's not squeezing the ball down very quickly. He's running back with everybody. As soon as this ball goes into an area, it's going to be R9 running back, Neymar running back. That midfield, very static. He's happy to just mark the space and mark the interceptions.
I think that's something that Spiteri wasn't too happy about in an attacking sense. A few times when he was getting the ball to his two CDMs, it was so hard for him to find any option. That's why he went into that 4-1-2-1-2 to get things moving. We know it's a great formation for a fast build-up, to really pile on the pressure for your opponent.
Again, he's finding it very, very hard to break down right now. Lot of orange shirts in the way.
And it wouldn't surprise me if we did see Havertz introduced. An extra attacking player that could make the all-important difference. Neymar fakes to go inside, plays out to Dumfries. Well, he looks across into the box, goes for the scoop, and by that point, it was just too obvious.
I couldn't even see at half-time the exact same changes he made last game.
Neymar into the box and into Van der Sar's hands.
Yeah, easy pickings for Van der Sar, but I could definitely see Hullet and Vieira coming off, and Kante, Havertz being brought on, change of formation.
If you guys don't know what they're playing for, $75,000 will be going to one lucky player at the end of play today. We've got some fantastic quarterfinals coming up. This one, then we're on to Nicholas against Mo Alba, Ajax Tor against Tuga, and then last but not least, Makers Lev Vinken against Lost in the Waves, another player that's praying and hoping that he can make an important impact on those rankings.
This again, a $10,000 match individually. Winner of this goes up to 20k. The loser exits the competition with $10,000.
That's the scoop cross again into De Gea. He's not comfortable with that one. Punched it away, but punched it out of danger.
And that clip right there, it shows me the difference between Van der Sar and David De Gea. Van der Sar, when it came into him, when it came into a pressure situation, caught the ball, kept it calm. De Gea, like he's playing volleyball, like he's setting me up for a smash.
And it's not good when arms are flapping and the ball's just going to be pinging around that box, especially when you've got players in the air that are so good. Van Dijk's, Cristiano Ronaldo's off a corner. We're just going to see what's going to be changed in front of us. And is it deja vu again?
Yeah, it's the exact same changes coming on for Spiteri, and he's introduced one more as well. It's Lionel Messi coming on as a right centre mid for him.
And he's also moved Havertz's position just slightly. He was in a cam role last time. He's going to be on the left side of the centre midfield. And that 4-1-2-1-2. He's backing it again. It's something that he clearly wants to change. And
fullbacks will be pressing high as well. It's going to be Neymar in at cam, Mbappe and CR7 up top. R9, Vieira. But the subs will be happening for him as we do get into the second half.
So it looks like, once again, we will be saying goodbye to Vieira and Ruud Gullit.
Yep. Kante introduced.
I'm sure there'll be pros at home watching this, or competitive FIFA players. You sure? You sure you want to make that change, Christian?
Kante, Havertz and Messi. The three substitutions to spark some life into Spiteri.
A chance to book your place in a semi-final on the rebound. Surely has to be finishing that. Just again, he's a little bit too slow to move Dumfries. I know he's not the best attacking player, but even with an open goal, if he was a little bit quicker to move on the rebound, that could have been a goal.
It looked like he was just stuck in mud a little bit, Dumfries, when that ball came into him.
That was the chance again, though. That was the chance for Spiteri, and that's the 4-1-2-1-2 already making something happen.
You see how high Dumfries is on this right-hand side, on the opposite side. Look how high Ramos is on the mini-map. He's almost playing as a left winger.
That means that there's only two at the back right now. So if Fifilza will counter-attack, there will be a gap. Here's a chance for Spiteri. Maldini just doing enough to kind of bully Neymar off the ball. You can just see it on the mini-map, just two red shirts sitting on the halfway line. If Fifilza can counter-attack and do it quickly, you can exploit those areas. I'm sure he doesn't need us to tell him. This is really an interesting game. One chance from Spiteri could bring him back into this. One chance for Fifilza could kill this match off.
It's a one-goal game right now. Next goal probably will be decisive in this matchup.
It's just who will be able to create that chance. Havertz, he doesn't mind getting back and rolling up his sleeves. Neymar, once again, this is build-up play, but you can just see how difficult it is to break down this Fifilza. defence and midfield. Messi, he doesn't want to cross it. Ramos, I doubt he wants to cross it either. Back onto the edge. Little cheeky pass round the corner. Havertz, he can go on his left, he can go on his right. Stands his ground, does Mbappe. Unfortunately, gets dispossessed at the same time. And this is where Spiteri can be made to pay.
Heavy touch.
Still not dealt with. Neymar into Hullet, fake shot. Chance for Ronaldo. Back inside R9 on the half turn. Doesn't want to, just lays it off to Hullet. Where's this ball going to end up? He's all
offside.
Just offside. Just offside in the end. I was going to say he's onside. That's a chance to breathe.
He's already made the 3 changes, Spiteri. And you see Neymar in at cam. Very, very tired. There's one man right now who will be praying for Fifilza to hang on to this lead. It's the stranger, currently sat in 15th position. A Fifilza win books his place.
There's only 2 players that can honestly move around these rankings. It's Lost in the Waves, who's playing in the last quarter-final of the day. Up against Lev Vink, and it's this man on your screen, ChristianSpiteri, the Maltese FIFA player, currently in 20th at the moment. If he can go the full way today, he could move those rankings round as well. But the stranger and Footwiz Marker, they'll both be waiting in the wings. I'm just praying that they have done enough to go to London for the FIFA E-World Cup Grand Final, taking place next month at the O2 Arena. Dispossessed early on for Spiteri from a goal kick.
Yeah, big win from Virgil van Dijk at the back.
Oh, he's round the right side. Eusebio, he's pretty fresh as well. And so is Havertz. Possession changes hands once again. 1-0 still the scoreline. Just 20 minutes left. Keeps getting out on this left-hand side, Ramos, but if anything, it's just there to dysfunction the formation, the midfield, or to pull out the right back, if anything, of Fifilza. Probably not going to be crossing into the box. That's going to fall kindly to Messi. Into Ronaldo now. Just when he gets to those situations, he hasn't got anything to work with.
There's just too many bodies behind the ball. Fifilza defended very, very well.
And this is where he can be in trouble. Fifilza now with Messi. Drag back to Eusebio, into R9 on the finesse, just flashes wide.
Just past the post. And with that missed chance, Spiteri gets another roll at the dice. Will he be a winner in Berlin?
Just over 10 minutes for Fifilza to hold on to this.
What
a different story this is to his round of 16 game yesterday, which was an 8-2 victory. Couldn't stop scoring yesterday. Nearly got into double figures. The numbers back, everybody's back for Fifilza. Spiteri needs to be patient, needs to try and break him down. And Mbappe. So close.
That's a mistake from Fifilza. The pressure maybe getting to him right now. You can see the stamina of Spiteri's players. You know, ultra attack him. He's got bodies flying forward. Everybody but the centre halves in the attacking area of the pitch for that one on your screen.
And I don't know what it is, but with ChristianSpiteri, he just seems to always have a control of that. Hasn't got much battery in it. It just died again. He's just got it back up and running. Nearly conceded off it yesterday against Maestro. And that pause was needed by Fifilza. You could see how nervous he was. He was making some really easy mistakes that shouldn't be made. You spoke about it, Richard. That stamina, that's just going to keep on going down.
Yeah, and with the way that he's been playing, constant pressure, everyone high up the pitch, even if he goes to extra time and gets a goal, his players are going to be spent going into the final 30 minutes.
On top of that as well, he's already used his 3 subs.
Yeah.
There's no option for fresh energy, and then that's when you say, well, if you kept Vieira and Hullet on for a little bit longer and then introduce the subs in maybe the 65th minute or so, you'd have a bit more energy, but...
Attacking changes made once again for ChristianSpiteri. Last roll of the dice for him. Into a free at the back.
Well, his FIFA 19 season is hanging on these last 10 minutes. Ronaldo's trying to pull away every single time. Havertz is going to pull away as well on the left-hand side. I think he's just onside. Here's a chance for Eusebio.
Big chance. Squandered for Fifilza. That goes in yesterday for him.
He lives to fight another day, does Spiteri.
I tell you what, Maldini has been a unit at the back for Fifilza.
He's playing the offside trap as well, Spiteri. He's got to be careful. You can see the numbers that are running on behind. Play the one more. He's Dumfries of all people.
Save.
Fantastic goalkeeper movement to pull out that huge right hand.
Out of all the players the ball falls to, it's Dumfries.
Has to be. So patient with this defending. Here's a chance. Could this be the match winner? Oh, and it will be. And it's not just Vamos in the camp of Fifilza. I'm sure the stranger even shouted it as well, because a win here will ensure he will be going to London for the FIFA World Cup Grand Final, spot number 15, seconds away from being confirmed.
And who else but Kai Havertz to score a massive goal for Fifilza, and the implications to the PS4 standings. The stranger seconds away from being a confirmed finalist at the O2 Arena for the FEWC Grand Finals.
And what a nervy 90 minutes it was for the stranger. He's out the back watching this one. Added time of 2 minutes. Fifilza with a win here as well. He'll move up to 10th in the rankings. Still Ajax tour to play, which could change it all again. Consolation, if anything, for Spiteri right now. Seconds left. He had chances, but just didn't make the most of them. And Fifilza continues this incredible form. The stranger on the left-hand side of the screen as well will be playing number 15 in London.